Now, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but this movie was bad. So, this movie is about Beetlejuice, but it's not really about Beetlejuice, but it's about Beetlejuice. Tim Burton has returned to direct the sequel to the first original Beetlejuice movie. I want to say it's like damn near 30 years plus since that movie came out. And let me tell you, there is just so much going wrong with this movie that it's kind of good, but bad at the same time. I suppose people don't really watch these movies to critique them, but nonetheless, that's exactly what I'm here doing today. So the story goes, Beetlejuice is being hunted down by his ex-wife to steal his soul in order to live forever. And in the meantime, all this other shenanigans go on. And he needs the likes of the original cast to help him get out of this little conundrum that he seems to find himself in. Now, I understand it's a continuation story and they bring back the same characters, the same actors. I like that, but that's pretty much where the goodness of the story begins and ends, is the fact that it's just a reunion. There's nothing about this story that actually has anything going for itself. I mean, the side plot between Jenna Ortega and her little love interest, and also other situations going on with Winona Ryder's character. I don't know what, and then my mind's about to explode right now, because even the final act, the final scene, the finale of the whole movie is just like a WTF type of moment where it's like, why couldn't we have done this earlier in the movie? They have no character development on who Beetlejuice's wife really is. We don't really get too much of her. She's just shoehorned in there to be an exposition point. There's no other purpose of her character to be in there. I mean, literally anybody else could have played that character. The fact that they got Monica Bellucci to do it is astonishing and wild. I'll tell you right now, if you're going to see this movie, more likely than not, you know something about the cult following of the first movie that it had. You probably like it as well. Somebody you know, like a girlfriend or your partner, whoever likes it, so that's why you're going to see it. You're not going to see this to see an epic masterpiece like a Christopher Nolan film, even a Tarantino film. So I'm gonna lay off of it a little bit, but I gotta tell you, this was kind of a drag. Certain parts, it doesn't really pick up. It might pick up, but then it falls flat because it's just plot holes, story detail is terrible. And I gotta be honest, for a Tim Burton film, this just felt like a reunion. It didn't feel like a genuine, authentic movie that he was trying to revive the franchise. And if they do, I think that's a bad mistake. The only point in this whole entire movie I ever felt a nostalgic point is when you first see Beetlejuice for the first time, Michael Keaton, and he's in character. Besides that, everything else is some new, hip Netflix show that we don't know about yet, because the way it watches is just like that. And to be titled Beetlejuice, you would assume that that's what this movie's about, but it's really not. It's really about Jenna Ortega's character, which is the daughter of the original Winona Ryder's character. I don't know their names. Her dad has passed away, so obviously that's already like a big thing that we know we're gonna see in the movie. She's gonna meet her dad again in the afterlife. But it's so weird because even when we do have that experience, Winona Ryder's character, that's supposed to be, you know, I don't know if they were married or not, but they had a kid together, and we have no chemistry on screen between that character and her. It's so weird. It's so like, you feel almost uncomfortable because, okay, this is her dad, this is your man to some degree. Yeah, he passed away, but there's no dialogue between the two. There's no, I missed you, I love you. It's so weird. This movie is so weird, and in the worst way. It's weird. It's like we're finally leading up to this moment where she reunites with her father, and then when he do, the mother, her man that she had a kid with, she has like no emotion. I don't know if it was supposed to be like that or not, but and they have no dialogue either, so it's like, I don't know, it's so weird. The acting was fine, definitely decent. Even Monica Bellucci, she doesn't really have any dialogue in this movie, and it seems like she's taking it very seriously, even though the movie itself does not take it seriously. So the way that I grade my movies is, was this movie even worth being made? Is there any type of replayability? And do I want a sequel? I can tell you right now, there was no point in this movie even being made. I will definitely not be watching this movie again, and I hope they don't make a sequel and try to make a trilogy or something like that. I understand these types of movies, or what they did in this movie, is supposed to be like a reunion with all the cast members, the original cast, upgrade it to the new school. Even Tim Burton came back to direct it, so you would think it'd be like a passion project, something that has a lot of love, but in honesty, it's not. It's something that could have went straight to Netflix, probably would have been a hit for the first week or two, and then after that, everybody would forget. And honestly, that's the way I feel about this movie right now. I gotta say, if you're into Halloween, stuff like that, go see it. But other than that, if you've never even seen the first movie, it's not even worth watching this one. Watch the first movie and that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.